Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I am going to be reviewing the whole, not everything from Tan Luxe, but 3 products from Tan Luxe, and that is the Hydra Mousse. So that is this clear tanner that we've been seeing like all over Instagram, so I'm reviewing that. The butter, so when I originally I thought this was basically the mousse but in a butter form, and then the Gradual. Oh my god. Then the Gradual, which is like a, kind of like a Jergen. So you put it on and it like will gradually, eventually make you tan. So I tried all 3 of these products last week. I'm filming this intro now because I filmed me talking about the products at first, and I said I was gonna show you guys or tell you my results on Sunday, and instead I decided to wait a week and just see how exactly it all played out and my thoughts about it. So that's why I am here now. It's been a week, so I applied it last Friday, and then I also applied the Gradual and stuff like that, so I can give you guys kind of like my thoughts on it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. And then I believe we're gonna go back in time and when I was first talking about the products, and then I'll be back. So I'm super excited to try these out. These are the ones that you've probably seen all over Instagram with like the clear tanner, like looks really super weird and stuff like that. So I'm super excited to try these. I had a $50 gift card at Sephora, so I kind of just decided to just buy all of these and see how they work because I really love tanning products. I love being tan. I feel my best when I'm tan, so yes. As you can see, I am pretty pale right now. My face might be a little bit tanner than my body because my foundation is a little darker and I didn't really realize it. So anyways, also side note, I'm wearing magnetic lashes, the Ardell ones. These are so difficult to put on. These are so difficult to put on. These are so much harder than glue. So if you see one of my lashes like falling off and blowing into the wind, that's because they're magnetic and they're really hard to put on. So let me go through the products that I purchased. So first of all is this, which is basically what I think Tan Luxe is kind of known for, and is their clear tanner. And I got the mousse, I got the Hydra Mousse, and it comes with this mitt. Ooh. This mitt right here, which is really surprising because this is relatively expensive. I think I paid $57 for this, and no, did I? 30? Oh my gosh, Amy. It comes with this mitt, which is like the flimsiest mitt in the world. Can you see this? It's like the flimsiest thing, which is like super disappointing. So I don't think I'm gonna use that. This is the Josie Maran mitt, and I absolutely love my Josie Maran mitt. This came with their tanning oil, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I'm a huge fan of the mitt because it's double-sided, it's super soft, it makes everything go on smoothly. This is the mitt I use for my loving tan. This is the mitt I basically use for any tanner that I use. My Amazon cheap one, I use this mitt. Anyways, because it's like lined with plastic in the inside, so you never have to worry about it leaking through and getting on your hands. This one, oh gosh, I'm throwing everything away. This one seems like it will leak through, so not really excited about that. But my plan is to use this one on my upper half of my body, and then I'm planning on using this one, which is the butter, for my legs, because I kind of want a more hydrating option for my legs. Because the one thing I hate about self-tanner is that when you get out of the shower after you shave, you really shouldn't use any kind of lotion because it's just gonna isn't gonna work well with your tanner. It's just better to just keep it nothing and then put the tanner on. So I'm gonna use this one for lotion. Anyway, so I got this in the medium dark. So I got this one in the medium dark, which is usually what I do. I usually get the darker one. And then this one I got in Gradual. Oh crap. Okay. I thought I bought this in the medium dark. I thought these 2 products were like the same thing, but I guess they're not. Okay, this one doesn't even say how long to let it develop. This one says 6 to 10 hours. The reason why I'm confused is because I also bought this one, which looks like milk in here. But I also bought the Gradual because I figured I could use this like after the fact as an overall body lotion to like maintain my tan. This says Gradual, Illuminating Gradual Tan Lotion, okay? And this is an Illuminating Tan Butter. This one says color develops in 1 to 2 hours. This one says nothing about when color will develop. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'll stick with that plan. I'm not entirely sure. I might have to do a little bit more research on this one, the one that I bought. I could have swore I thought this was like the same thing. I read all the reviews about it, so I'm pretty sure I thought, okay, I don't know. Okay, so I got that one, and then I got this Gradual one, which like literally is like liquid, which is really weird. So you must have to use the mitt again to put this on. But I thought that, oh my gosh, I saw Alex Garza, which actually kind of spurred this whole purchase. I saw Alex Garza mention this, I think in one of her videos or Instagram stories, something like that. So I decided to pick it up because she said it's like a really good overall lotion that like maintains your tan. So that's why I picked that one up. So we'll see how this goes, you guys. I'm gonna try these all tonight after I shower and exfoliate and everything like that, and then I will check in with you guys tomorrow morning. Just wanted to check in with the tanning progress. So my arm is a good example. I kind of put more tanner on my chest, so it did a nice job. It's not as dark as the Loving Tan, but overall I'm super happy with the foam. My legs didn't get that tan, so right now I have the Gradual stuff on and it says that it'll develop in 1 to 2 hours, so we will see. I put that on probably like 45 minutes ago, so we will see how that goes. Okay, so final thoughts. So let me just talk about how I applied everything. So first of all, with this Tan Luxe, I did end up using my Josie Marin mitt. So I used my Josie Marin mitt with this, and there was no color guard, so I kind of just rolled with it. You kind of just had to make sure that you were getting it in all your spots because there was no color guard. And I'll talk about that in a second, but so this is what I applied it with, and then I applied it to my back with my Loving Tan back thing. This thing does not work very well, but it kind of does its job, and then I realized that I'll just ask Zach, so then Zach applied this to my back, and then I applied the mousse with this Morphe brush. This is a Morphe M437, and I applied it to my face. Then to my legs, I applied the butter, and I did the butter just with my hands. I actually did my legs first. I'm sorry. I did my legs with the butter first with just my hands, and then I did the mousse because I had to wash my hands after this, and then I did my mousse, and then the next day on Saturday I did the Gradual on my legs. So final thoughts about this. The color. So the color that I got in the mousse is medium dark, and I really liked the color. It was a little lighter than Loving Tan Ultra Dark, which kind of makes sense because Loving Tan is ultra dark, but I believe this is their darkest one. But for me, for being pretty pale, I really did love the color, and it was not outrageous. It actually had a very neutral undertone, which I really, really loved. So the Loving Tan has a very green undertone, and this one that I got from Amazon has a very red undertone. The Saint Tropez one has a very green undertone. This one, I didn't really see an undertone. I just kind of saw it as like a natural glow, which I really did love. The smell of it is nowhere near like Loving Tan. Loving Tan, you can smell it when you wake up in the morning. And I just thought this one kind of smelled like, it smells like kind of perfumey, which to be honest, I don't mind. So for example, like after I applied the Saint Tropez, if the sleep shirt that I'm wearing, it's usually one of Zach's old shirts. Like though, like when you smell it, it's like, whoa, tanner. This one smelled like this perfume, which is really nice. So if you're like, ew, about that, you know what I'm talking about, that self-tanner smell. What is that exactly? I don't know. But if you're like, oh, that self-tanner smell, honestly, this doesn't really have it. So that was super awesome. So this left me really dark, one-time use. And I would say that over the week, it lasted about a week, and that's it. Like today, I would probably have to apply it again. I'm not the tannest anymore, but to be honest with you, it is fading nicely. I do use a loofah in the shower, so I'm always constantly kind of exfoliating and kind of getting it off, so it does fade evenly. But my Loving Tan, sometimes, one time I looked at my arm, and it looked like freckles on my arm. So it just didn't fade. So this one fades really nicely, which is something that I really like. So definitely love the Hydra Mousse. So moving on to the butter. Okay, so for some reason, I thought that the butter was this, but in a lotion, and I was very disappointed in the way that my legs looked when I woke up the next morning. They were not very tan. They were pretty light. I couldn't really see a difference. I saw like a subtle tan, but nothing crazy, and it makes sense only because this color says Gradual, so I'm assuming that this is kind of like the same thing, so I don't really understand the difference between the two. I guess perhaps this one is a little bit more nourishing. It's a butter, so I just wasn't really happy with this. If you're looking for a very thick tanning lotion and you don't want the smell of like a Jergens, and you know, if Jergens isn't for you and you want just like a little bit more of a high end, I would definitely pick this up because it is hydrating. One thing I did like is that after I did shave my legs, you know, you don't want to apply on a lotion and then put on mousse. You kind of just want to do it directly because it can mess it all up. But this though will like moisturize your legs after you've tanned, so it is kind of nice, but at the same time it wasn't dark, unless I picked up the wrong one. I think I might have picked up the wrong one, but this one is basically this. Now this one, if you can see, it is very liquidy, but I noticed that because it's very liquidy, a little goes a long way. And I felt like it did, after I applied this, the next day I did this. And so it did make my legs a little bit tanner. And it says it develops in 1 to 2 hours. And to be honest with you, I agree. I put this on and I noticed that my legs were tanner. Granted, they weren't that tan. I did put on my Saint-Tropez one night only stuff, but honestly, it did do the trick. So if I just was like continually using this, I think my legs would have eventually stayed tan and had like a constant glow to them. So I definitely really like this. I probably would choose this over this one just because this one's very liquidy, very smooth, very easy to rub in. Like I kind of can tell that I'm getting it all in. And this one was like thick, but it was moisturizing. So it's really up to preference. Now let's go to applying it without a color guard. So this reminded me of just like back in the day with Jergens and not really seeing where it is. But that being said, I like that there wasn't a color guard because I could put this on right now and I could go out to the store if I wanted to, or I could go somewhere else and I wouldn't be looking like a crazy person. So when you put Loving Tan on, if any of you guys know, like if you're really pale and you put Loving Tan on, you look crazy. Like you look so dark because of the color guard. And especially if you put it on your face, I think your face is just sensitive, so it just like really brings out the color. Like you look psycho. So you can't go anywhere because you look crazy. So no. Can I finish, please? So, to be honest with you, I really didn't mind the color guard, and it did go on smoothing. I did not have any streaks whatsoever through each product, which is like crazy. Usually, I have a little bit of craziness going on because A, I'm lazy and I don't like, you know, make sure everything's rubbed in. And B, like when I sleep at night, like sometimes it wears off. I didn't have that problem at all with any of these. Okay, so overall, I am super happy with the mousse. I really love this. I'm actually really excited to use this again tonight. I thought it was super easy, and yeah, overall, I can't say anything bad about it except for the fact that if you are kind of tanner, you know, if you have a darker skin tone than me, which is like super pale, I don't know if this will really give you a big difference. But anyway, so then, yeah, and then these two products here, I definitely would, you know, it's all about preference, but I would treat these as gradual ones. This one though, see, okay, so the difference between the two is this one this doesn't say the hours on the back of how long it's going to take. This one's very vague. I don't really know what's going on with this one. This one's like, it tells you 1 to 2 hours, you'll see a gradual tan, which is why I would choose this one over this one. This one's just kind of like, I don't really know what to do with it. Is this a lotion? I don't really know. So these are my 2 recommendations, I would say, on this one. So that was it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you found this helpful, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.